You guys have seen the video of throwing axes, throwing knives. You requested after that in the comment section and in private messages and direct emails a ton for throwing stars to see how lethal they actually are and how much they'll actually penetrate. Well, I'll tell you right now, they're only going to penetrate about that far because it's going to stop. Once it pokes, it's going to stop on the other blades. It might still cut in a little bit, but not by much. The thing you want to really notice is how consistent are they in stabbing. Now, ballistic gel is going to make it kind of wobble back out every time it impacts because it's gel, it's not flesh. Most flesh will let it stick in and probably go even further just a little bit. But with the ballistic gel, as it hits, you'll see in the high speed, it'll wiggle slightly back out. At least that's what we saw with the throwing knives and the throwing axes. But you got to remember, now throwing stars or ninja stars or shurikens, whatever you want to call these, they're all known by different names, but those are all proper names for them. Ninjas back in the day and other martial arts groups used throwing stars or shurikens or ninja stars to have quick attacks and fast assaults on their targets, maybe for even just a distraction. I mean, God, even just this stabbing into your arm, you'd be like, what the hell? You know, you don't want to stand around and go, oh, it's just a throwing star, it didn't penetrate that much. And if you get hit in the neck or in the leg, and you hit in the femoral artery down your quad or your neck and your jugular starts bleeding out, you know, hitting the eyeball, it's gonna hurt and you're gonna bleed out and you're gonna die. But as far as direct lethality and killing you on first impact, But another thing you gotta remember, a lot of these throwing stars were tipped and dipped in poison. So when you threw these things, no matter if you bled out right then or if it was just a mere flesh wound, the poison would go into your veins and you would die eventually, or pretty quick depending upon what poison they use. So keep that in mind in this test. Thick cardboard or soft wood is a great starting platform to throw into because if you're not sure about an object and where it sticks, you want to see where it impacts at least, and if it's hitting the handle, you can practice on your rotation. If you're looking to learn how to throw a knife or an axe or anything that's a bladed object for that matter, I made a video called How to Throw a Knife, How to Throw an Axe. Click on the link right here or it's in the description. Go to that video and check it out. I filmed it a while ago, so it's a little bit older footage. There's no high speed, but I do talk about what you need to focus on when you're learning how to throw a knife or an axe or a bladed object. So if you're looking for that, go to watch that video. Don't ask questions in the comment section. I'm not teaching today, I'm just testing. Hopefully I'll have decent accuracy at this range. This is 21 feet, so a standard attack distance. You know, we're having that 7-yard gap. It's actually pretty decent distance compared to most throwing knife competitions or throwing competitions period. So we'll see how it does. This is a good testing distance and see if I can get some good solid hits for you guys. All right, so I got one that's going in the shoulder. See if I can go more toward the chest. All right, so not too bad. All right. Oh, that's just because I hit the other one. So technically 4 in a row, it's gonna work. I think those fly great. There's a few more, let me show you right here. So here's some other ones. All these I found on different websites online. They're not too expensive, they're basic. I mean, most of them are made in China and you know, not the best steel in the world. I'm not looking to be the highest end throwing stars. They're just basic and get the point across. Those ones are a little bit heavier weight, a little bit better steel. These ones with the black coating I've found are a little bit lighter. They don't fly as well, they kind of get... This one, you'll see a lot of throwing stars like this and everyone's like, oh, badass. Well, there's really no pointed edge. It just starts to get a point and then it'll just flatten out. It's more of like a triple throwing axe. There's other ones that are crazy and they unfold and look nutty, and I didn't want to get into all that jazz. I mean, there's people always trying to, the shock and awe factor, but they're pointless. If you guys want me to do something like that, I might try the most outlandish crap I can think of and just test against ballistic gel to see which would be the best thing to grab. I don't know, but leave a comment in the comment section, let me know. At this point, if you're using this, you might as well use like a skill saw circular blade. Just pick it up at Home Depot and chuck that mother trucker at someone because it's about the same thing. So we're not gonna use this very often. We might use it once or twice to see what it does. Who knows, it could be great. So I'm rambling, I'm excited. These are throwing stars. Let's see if I can even get this one. See, lightweight, just throws off. So that's better. But lightweight just feels, you're kind of like, you kind of have to like girly throw it or else it gets all wobbly in the air. Come here, shitty throwing star. Come here, shitty throwing star. Oh, there you are. Speed on these things. There we go, now we're talking. Yeah, really getting some good penetration. Oh, that's what you practice. Keep practicing. Good game, Carl. Back at it. This poor guy has seen his fair share of abuse over the years. Oh God. All right, Casualty Carl, about to take first impact of a throwing star. Give me a little bit of leniency on technique. I know I'm throwing slightly sidearm. See if I can hit him. Oh. You can see that it's getting all the way up to that point before it starts wobbling itself back out and ejecting itself. So I think the ribs and meat are gonna allow this to stick a little bit easier. The gel aspect of the ballistics gel is just vibrating it back out. The nice thing about high speed is we are actually seeing if it penetrates, and it is. So good news, if this was dipped in poison, it's gonna do the job even if it doesn't stay stuck in. Lethality is, you know, it's all relative, you know, it depends upon where you impact, but right now we're seeing if it does get that penetration, and let's see if we can throw it harder and get the sticks. All right, so we have another one. This one's a little bit different design, still 4-point, but smaller, more arrow shaped. Now this one, I'm guessing, is once it goes in, it's gonna be like an arrow, and it's gonna cause a little havoc if you try to pull it out because there's like barbs in the end. Oh. All right, so you can see in high speed, it does penetrate all the way up to here, but it hits at an angle like this. So even though this one's getting some decent penetration in, it's gonna hit this one as well, and it blocks it and kind of wiggles it back out. But here's another one we got, 6 points. Maybe it'll have more probability of maybe like trident pronging itself into the gel. We'll see. Your skin is pretty damn elastic, so you know, as much as you don't think it is, it is. Your skin is very, very elastic. It allows it to stretch and go back to its original form, which is the definition of elasticity. So I don't know what would happen in real life, but all I do know is you are getting that penetration you need from the tip of the throwing star, which would deliver toxins. Let's get into this one and see what the 6-point one does. See if I can get it to stick. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right. We finally got a stick. It even hit the table and had a little resistance, bounced up and still stuck. So far is the most promising. We'll keep that at the top. Throw that over on the table. This is the one I'm interested in. I'm not a fan of these because they don't fly very well and they act like an axe more than they do a throwing star. All right, fly straight, man. I don't want to do this twice. Oh. It's as I thought it would be, which is it's impacting and just bleh, and kind of go in, and if you were to really razor sharpen these, maybe it'll be practical, but the fact that that one little tip has to hit perfectly in to get any type of dig effect is meh. I prefer, I mean, these might be good for just fun, but as far as throwing them for defense, I'd rather go with the pointy end. But these are just too damn light. I'm throwing them pretty damn hard too. These are the top 3. Obviously this is the one that's stuck and hit the table and it's still stuck. This one I like to throw the best, the most accurate with it. Watch me miss. This one I thought would have the most probability of sticking, and I want to try it again because it did hit at that awkward angle, but you know, you don't know when how you're gonna impact these things because they spin so damn fast. So probability and, you know, stickiness and penetration is going to this one. Oh, come on. Man, okay, so even though this did pop out, I did see it even with my naked eye. It wanted to stay in and just kind of flop back out. But we also got 2 of these points to stick a little. So you're getting twice the lethality. If they're both dipped in poison, boom, there you go. So 6 points, I think this is the way to go. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, nothing. Impacts the shoulder, wobbles back out. You're still getting penetration. You're still getting that stab. God, I say penetration a lot, don't I? Technical word, so sorry. Okay, throwing this one. Let's see if we get this one to stick. Come on. Ah. Well, I think it went through metal. I'm just gonna grab another one. All right, here we go. Ah, nothing. Search of the random throwing stars. It probably went down a whistle pig hole or something. Son of a. Ah, we got one. I'm bound to find the other ones eventually. I found one. These aren't the cheapest in the world. I'm not buying cheap throwing stars. The black ones are a little bit more on the cheap end. These 440 ones, I think I got like a pack of them for like 40 or 50 bucks. I don't want to lose them, but hey, go. All right, ribs. Let's see if we can attach it to Casually Carl. And how do we do that? Duct tape. That should be good. See if we can get a more dead center shot. In the gel, stuck again. One more time. Nah. This one did impact directly on a rib, and it did crack a rib. Let's try this guy, let's see how it sticks, then we'll do the axe one. And if none of them stick, I'm gonna throw a larger object at it just to show you the difference in kinetic energy that you're gonna get from a knife or a tomahawk. I may not show you both because I want you to go check out the other video. See if we can get a stick. All right. Yes. Yeah. That is directly in a bone. Love it. You know, the reason that's stuck in there, and I'm almost certain, is because it impacted the bone perfectly and it stuck in a hard surface like wood. If it would have went between the ribs, it probably would have wobbled back out too. So you got to consider a throwing star is what it is. It's not meant for extreme insertion or penetration. It's meant to penetrate top layer of skin, get a toxin into your system. It's a throwing star. Damn. Oh, crud, that's actually pretty well in there. And it did, like I said, crack the rib. But last but not least, the axe, ninja star, throwing star, shuriken. Here we go. Table, hold on a second. Let's see if it'll at least crack a rib. Maybe it'll stick, you never know. Oh! All right, I'll give it to it. The pointed part acts as a kind of an anchor, so it grips itself in like a talon. Oh, wow, I did not expect this. It's actually holding on the top of a rib, and this part is directly in the meat and a rib. So it's in there. That's why I love these tests. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, we have to kind of do more testing. You know, if you guys like that idea, let me know in the comment section. I might get a little crazy. I'm planning on doing a lot more videos like this. This is Andrew with GY6 Vids. I'll see you guys soon.